So would you say like some of those skills allowed you to be like what is the youngest presenter on Sky Sports as well? Because we're talking Sky Sports News, bro. In my house, it just stays on. It's like there's nothing to go on. It stays on, especially when transfers are happening in the morning. Because I guess for you in the UK, being a sports broadcaster, that must have felt like when you're in that building. Talk to me. What's that like actually? Because I've been to Sky a few times.
Yeah.
But that's the section, and I'm not gonna lie. And I walked in, I said, "Big up the news," but Robert, what's on that yellow bar there? What's that breaking news there, Sid? What's that like stepping in? Because you're a sports broadcaster, that must feel like I'm here, I've made it, I'm home in some ways.
When I came home, it was a massive transition. You know, you work in America and you come back here, and I got a master's degree from Cardiff University, doing broadcast journalism, and I was like, yeah, I've made it now. Like, I actually, truth be told, I was gonna go back to the States, and I went and did a screen test with Sky, not really thinking too much of it, but there was a gentleman, and again, if we're name dropping, Andy Kearns, who was the director, he was like the head honcho, like he created everything you see on Sky Sports News, like, everything that is. The birth of it is his baby. Yeah. And so everybody that's come through that cycle has been through him. And he saw something in me immediately. First 30 seconds of my screen test, he told me straight, I've seen it. And I've seen countless people come through here since 89, as he said to me. And he slid a contract in front of me on that day and said to me, I want you to come on board and I want you to start work tomorrow.
Oh, that's sick, man.
And I was like, what? Brother, I'm sitting here like, yo, we made it. Mama, we getting out here. Yo, I'm here. I'm ready. I made it. And, you know, it takes a little bit more time and development. But then I thought I got fired on my first day. Like, what? Bro, I went viral. 2018, I got signed in the middle of the World Cup, right? And I went viral they wet willied me live. My first ever live, bro. And the guy... Listen,
you can't do that still.
But you know, from ends, it's a violation. Am I lying?
Within the black community, no one does that as a joke. We don't play around with touching our ears, innit?
I will never forget it, bro. I put on my blue royal suit. I was ready. First day of Sky. Told all the man them, yo, tune in. I'm between this hour. Yeah, like lock in.
Fingers in your ear.
Bro, I'm on Brighton Beach sitting with England fans, and I'm sitting there getting ready. They're like counting me down in my ear. I'm like, yeah, 10, 9. We're coming to you after this break, JD. Get ready. I'm like, yo, bro, don't mess this up. I rehearsed that line in my head in terms of like my first line. Welcome down here to Brighton Beach. England fans are going crazy, and bro, I look at the corner of my eye and I see this brother like doing like over the back of my head, and I'm like, okay, let me just keep composed. Like, I don't want to swing on a brother on my first day. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my man goes and wet willies me live on set. All of his boys jump in front of the screen. They start pushing me off. I'm live on TV, bro.
I know he was there.
Mo, I'm driving home, yeah, after that live. I'm thinking to myself, like, this might be the shortest tenure at Sky Sports anyone's ever seen. Like, I'm probably gonna go down as like a comma, not even a full stop in their story. And my phone is like dinging off, and I'm just like kind of ignoring it. I'm like driving home, driving down the motorway. My boy calls me, he's like, bro, pick up. I'm like, yo, what is it? What going? He's like, yo, you've gone clear. I was like, what? He's like, bro, whatever happened on Brighton Beach is on I'm Just Made You Think You're Everywhere. I'm like, huh? What, bro? You might have talking to me about going viral. I think I've lost my job, bro. I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been praying for. I feel like I've lost my job. They're like, nah, bro. Trust me, this is going to make you a star. This is the beginning. This was supposed to happen. I came home and it had been everywhere. Like, by the time I'd driven in an hour and a half, I gained, and like, bear in mind at this time, I started my Instagram that day. I gained 10,000 followers the first day. And I was like, raw, like, this is how social media is.
It's crazy how something can be like, for some people that could have been their downfall. Yeah. And they could have reacted like you said. They could have. Because that's like I was saying, we don't really do that joke within the black community. Nope. Men ain't got to lick their fingers and put their fingers in man's ear. Wait. Yo. Don't put no blood clot
finger in my ear.
Up on the ear. No, me kill your blood clot. Me not dealing with no wet willy. What I mean? But like, I guess it's like how that could have been so detrimental.
Facts.
If you would have reacted the wrong way. But then in hindsight, it probably was something that probably aided you for the people that, you know, like said, oh, like, and like, right, like, he was actually right. And it went viral. And that's kind of like, I could imagine for sometimes of the news of what they kind of want in some ways.
Facts.
Obviously, it didn't happen on purpose, but you're like, oh, right, like, you can't buy virality. Do you know what I mean?
Can't.
But also, it must be quite difficult because, as I said, we don't really, that's not a joke we do in the black community. So it must be quite hard in terms of when those things happen and you're like, I can't lose the call because I don't have the option to do this.
Facts.
As, you know, as a black broadcaster, there's not a lot of us.
Mm.
And I can't take off that mask and be like, hey, brother, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Put
Word.
your fucking fingers in my ear, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Can't do it, bro.
But you have to kind of keep the facade going. And that must be quite difficult at the same time.
Especially
you know what
when
I mean?
you're live in front of the nation. Like, you know, you're going to pop up, first of all, as a black broadcaster. People are going to go, whoa, I ain't seen this guy before.
Yeah.
And-
Who is this?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Then I got a massive ponytail, yeah, as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you don't want to create a scene, but you've created a scene anyway. Just by being you've created a scene.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, you know, I could do one of two things. I could either...
Did you feel like you had to tone it down, though?
Nah.
Okay.
Never. In the beginning, it's true, but I feel like that's in common with any environment.
Yeah,
you walk
yeah,
into an environment, you know, you just want to ease in, get used to the environment, get used to the people around you. And a lot of people did tell me as well, like, as I was going further into it, like, probably shouldn't use that hip hop reference. That's probably not going to work for our audiences. Ooh, I'm not really sure about that one. And I just always used to go back to, but this is what got me here. Like, this is who I am. Like, I am someone that wears chains. I am someone that wears gold. I am someone that has long hair on screen. Like, I'm me. So I want you to appreciate me and what I bring to a screen. And if you don't, then cool. But you're not going to change me.
Yeah.
I can listen to technical tweaks. I can listen to things that are going to make me better. But I will never, ever listen to anybody telling me about my culture, my appearance, who I am as a person, and telling me I need to be someone different. I organically say the best thing that I can be is if you butt me in Tesco's, you feel like it's the same person that you saw on TV. And that for me has always been my base level.
I feel like that helps you so much more in the States where you can be expressionate, like you can wear your jewelry, you can have your hair, have your facial hair, how you want it. So when you are over there, do you feel like you really get to be the real you in some ways when you're broadcasting? Even though it's for us, like, you know, I've seen you at like, the basketball, what's it called again?
NBA
finals and stuff like that, and you're in that circus of what that is. Because, like, again, I've only seen it from a standpoint of NFL when I've gone to the Super Bowl, and the circus of that for me was like, oh my god, every broadcaster's here. There's the broadcast day, and how insane that is, and the parties and everything that goes on, and you're like, it's almost like, it don't even matter who wins.
Facts.
The sport has won. Like, what the brand is has won. It's different for football because football is the lead up. Oh my God, everyone's nervous. I'm sitting there, even though I don't, like, for example, the last World Cup, Argentina, France, I'm nervous for both of them. I'm like, I want Mbappe to do it.
You do?
I want him to do it more because I put money on it as well. I was fuming, bro. Bro, listen to this. I had France to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
I had Mbappe to score a hat trick.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
high, boy.
Yeah, but bro, when I mean, because you know you're like, I'll put this on Mbappe hat trick. But when he scored a hat trick, but I was in the house by myself. I said, please,
I made it,
please. But then I'm a fan of football and I love the game and I love the story. So I'm like, but it's messy.
Yeah.
I want to see that story unfold.
You do.
Like, but. So going back to yourself, like, so when you get to the States now and you're surrounded by that kind of circus in some ways, do you get to be the real Jay in some ways where you're like, I can be my authentic self?
I feel like in order to be your authentic self and also to grow just in terms of as a broadcaster, you need to put yourself in environments that's going to challenge you. And that isn't to turn around and say that like I've completely clocked or finished the UK, right? But I do look at what I've done in terms of Champions League finals, Premier League, NBA finals, first person in terms of a broadcaster from the UK to go to the States and do that live.
Yeah, I see
Like,
it. I watch it. I watch the finals, but I see it,
That
bro.
was the first time me and you connected, you know. And I'll never forget this. 2019 NBA finals, right? I went out to Toronto and did Golden State versus the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
And I had the incredible 2.5 weeks. And this is why I never forget it. I didn't really communicate with a lot of people, like maybe just my mum and my sisters as a check-in, right? I didn't really communicate with a lot of people. When I came home is when I started going through my messages and my mentions and just trying to catch up with life. And bro, when I saw your name, it was the first time you tweeted at me, yeah? And you was like, bro, I just want to say, like, I thought what you did in NBA finals was dope. Right?
Oh, sick.
And I screenshotted it and sent it to my sisters, and I was like, bro, look at who we're connected. Look who watched.
Oh, rotted.
Yeah, and you don't remember.
I can't remember that.
This is
but
what's so dope about
anytime
it.
I see my people on stuff, I'll just message, not screenshot, say like DM them and say, bro, big up your things, man, or even just follow if I can. Do you know what I mean?
And you immediately sent, and the vibe and the energy. Like, I remember seeing it on the plane and being like, rah, like, this is how you know you're moving in a completely different plateau and energy right now. Because someone that you appreciate, someone that you look up to, someone that you think is amazing and you think is doing great things, and it's from where you're from, is showing you the respect. And so I was like, yeah, boom, this is it. And that's when I first messaged you back, and it was the first time we connected. And you won't remember it, but I'll remember it, which is the important part.
Yes, what's good, people? My name is Mo Gilligan, and you just watched my podcast highlights of the beginning, middle, and end podcast. Now, if you did like this, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to catch the whole thing, yeah, I'm talking the whole juicy thing, make sure you go listen to it on the Global Player or wherever you catch your podcast. Take care. Peace.